It's unjust to see others suffering and do nothing to help. The Salvation Army has helped millions of people to overcome their hardships. Some people claim that by helping others, we limit their ability to take care of themselves. Programs to help those in poverty lifted 23.4 million people out of poverty in 2019. And in 2020, these programs helped to lift 29.6 million people out of poverty in the U.S. However, these programs aren't just for the benefit of the poor. They also benefit the rest of society. Having high rates of poverty is detrimental to a society. Those living in poverty don't have proper education, leading to them not progressing into higher-paying jobs with better opportunities. This impedes a country's economic growth and productivity. Low economic growth increases crime rates, homelessness, and the number of under-resourced schools. That leads to children that don't have a proper education, which leads to increased poverty in the next generation, and the cycle repeats. For those that oppose government programs using tax money to support the poor, the Salvation Army is a great organization to support, as they help those in need through donations rather than tax money. By choosing to donate time, resources, and money to the Salvation Army, there will be fewer people depending on government handouts to escape poverty, therefore decreasing the amount of taxpayer money going to the poor. The Salvation Army provides disaster relief, funding for homeless shelters, food pantries, rent and utility assistance, life skills to escape poverty, job training, veteran services, and many more. The Salvation Army doesn't just give handouts like many people are opposed to. They offer those in poverty access to education and job training to help them escape poverty. They aren't just giving a man a fish, they're teaching him how to fish. In Missouri, the Salvation Army provided 15,000 nights of shelter in 2021. This ranges from emergency homeless shelter stays to long-term housing assistance, such as rent and utility assistance, to keep people from being displaced from their homes. Not everyone who has to spend a night in a homeless shelter depends on handouts every day. Emergencies exist. What happens when your house catches on fire, when you've just moved somewhere and you don't know anybody? When all your belongings, including credit cards, were damaged in a fire, where do you and your children go? You can't stay at a hotel with no money. You don't have any friends or family. A homeless shelter is a great place for one night to stay off the street. What happens when a tornado destroys your community? Giving someone help doesn't mean you support people living off of handouts. It just means you have empathy for the situations they may be going through. In the United States, 17.4 million families go to bed hungry. An additional 6.9 million families live on the verge of food insecurity. The Salvation Army supplies fresh produce, canned goods, and frozen items to food pantries. By helping those facing food insecurity, the Salvation Army saves people from having to choose between spending money on food or health care, such as medicine. This leads to a healthier society. They also have community gardens used to teach children and adults the importance of fresh, healthy food. In 2021, the Salvation Army provided 130,000 meals to just Missouri citizens. By supporting the Salvation Army, you'd be choosing to support an organization that's opposed to giving free handouts, an organization that aims to teach people how to support themselves and become successful members of society, while also decreasing the amount of taxpayer money being used to support programs for the poor. In conclusion, I hope I have encouraged you to see the value in supporting those facing poverty, even if it is just to decrease the amount of taxpayer money going to the poor. There are many ways to help make a difference, and supporting the Salvation Army is just one of those many ways. This can be done by donating your time, money, goods, bonds, stocks, vehicles, or even just planned giving such as wills and gift annuities. It can be as simple as donating your time to food pantries, or giving your old clothes to the Salvation Army when you do spring cleaning.